What's going on, everybody? GemMint back again with another omnibus haul. We've got a nice mix of stuff here, from some indie stuff, some Marvel, DC, Spawn, Deluxe Edition, Volume 7. And we're going to start off by taking an early look at the Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood Treasury Edition that comes out on July 2nd. I'm a big fan of these Treasury editions. They're like oversized trade paperbacks, but they have reinforced covers. They're more oversized than Omnis are, so here's a look at it next to the Superman Silver Age omnibus that we'll take a look at later. So much bigger than the traditional comic and even bigger than the oversized Omnis. Here's the spine here, Black, White, and Blood. Fun little series. It's a 4-issue mini-series, and each issue has 3 stories, and they're all done by different creative teams, which is fun because you get a chance to get eclectic writers and a whole variety of artists here. So just to give you an idea, you've got Garth Ennis, you've got Gail Simone, you've got Doug Wagner, Peach Momoko, who else? Stephanie Phillips, you've got Javier Fernandez. So a bunch of different creators giving us a nice, gory, bloody Marvel Zombies tale. So you have Daredevil, you got Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Blade, the Punisher in these issues. And like I said, issue 1, you get Undefeated by Garth Ennis, Hope by Alex Segura, Deliverance, and then issue 2 has 3 stories as well. Crazy cover here. I don't know who that is. It looks like, is that Gabriel Delato? I could be wrong. Zombified Wolverine. They're kind of just like really quick, fun stories. Here goes the Spider-Man story, and you can see with the different creative teams, it just immediately jumps to a different tone, and they're all black, white, and red. So as you can see here, the blood's red, Spider-Man's costume, everything else in black and white. Here goes a nice brutal Iron Man story. Here's Moon Knight. Moving over to some Fantastic Four, Reed Richards. You got Beta Ray Bill with Thor. Zombified Cable, who doesn't love that? Here goes the Peach Momoko portion from issue 3. You know, I love an artist when you can immediately tell their style. I think that's always pretty cool. So just 4 issues, but you get 12 quick stories. Blade, Vampire Hunter, gotta love that. And then that's it. So you get some variant covers in the back, which is always fun. Nice homage to She-Hulk 1. Got Power Man. And these gallery editions, they run you $30. All right, guys, now we're going to take a look at Something is Killing the Children. This is the slipcase edition, Volume 2, and we're going to compare it side by side with Volume 1. Before we do, if you're enjoying these videos, make sure to hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss one. Let's take a look at SIKTC. First of all, the slipcase feels way sharper and smoother than Volume 1, which has like a rounded feel to it, and it's got almost like a rubbery texture, whereas this one just feels, like I said, a lot smoother. You have the white mask teeth on the Volume 1, but Volume 2 has the shiny foil orange. Let's see how they stack up together for the spines. So kind of harder to read Volume 2, Volume 1 having the white text. And then the back is the same. Top of them are just all black. And then you just have the price on the bottom. So retailing the same, $69.99. And here we have the hardcovers outside of the slipcase. They both have an embossed logo of the same kind of mouth, mask, teeth image. You have Erica Slaughter on the front of each, Book 1 and Book 2, James Tynion in the 4th, Werther Del Adra, Miguel Muerto, and the spines here, you got the blue and the orange, Book 1 and 2, and then the back are very uniform in design as well. So I guess if you didn't get the slipcase version, it's $10 cheaper. So I grabbed the slipcase. I figure it felt more like an absolute edition. All right, so jumping into Volume 2, this collects Something is Killing the Children, issues 21 through 35. Here's a look at the cover page, the credits, and then just jumping into issue 21, starting the new arc. So here we have a young Erica Slaughter. After the initial arcs, we get introduced into this world of monsters, the monster hunter Erica Slaughter, And then what this series does so well is dive into the lore of the House of Slaughter, who these monster hunters are, the hierarchy of their little crew and what have you. And we get so much more backstory on Erica Slaughter. So as you can see, great color palette on these books. It's very mature as these dead bodies of children show up as we're flipping through. Erica Slaughter, they really went hard with this character, and they made like a household name from a independent book from Boom Studios. I actually got a chance to sit down with someone from Boom, and we talked about Erica, and they're so proud of her as a character and the popularity that she's gained. I read this as it was coming out in single issues. I can't remember where I dropped off at, but an easy, fun read. It has a horror element to it, but I think the interaction between characters, going back and showing Erica being raised up in the House of Slaughter, such great storytelling, great artwork, and a nice, interesting concept. In the back here, it looks like they're giving us some scripts as bonus materials, along with the inked pages. That's always nice to have, and a biography on the creators. All right, now on to a book that comes out this week. We have the ROMNIBUS Volume 2. If you guys are looking for a place to pick up these hardcovers, check out our sponsor, organicpricebooks.com. You can make pre-orders, great shipping. You can save $2 on every order by using code GEMMINT at checkout. And if you're overseas, you got to check out comicsbugle.com. They're a European comic shop who offer free shipping with no tax or import fees if you're in the EU. And they also have pre-orders where you don't pay for the book until the book is ready to ship. For the month of June, they're offering a special discounted price for the Berserker Slipcase Deluxe Edition for just $49.99. That's $20 off of cover price. Plus, you can save $2 every time you use code GEMMINT at checkout over there as well. So check out comicsbugle.com if you're overseas. And let's jump into the second volume of ROM. Let's do a quick side-by-side with Volume 1 here. So dig in the cover. You have those uniform spines, and we're going to have to wait on just one more volume to complete the entire saga of ROM. So the first volume collects the first 29 issues. It also has a Power Man and Iron Fist issue with number 73. Volume 2 continues that original run, giving us issues 30 through 50. It has the first two annuals, plus Marvel 2-in-1 issue 99. $125 cover price, just like with Volume 1. So this is the standard edition cover, and there is a direct market variant which has the Mike Zeck cover. Inside of the dust jacket, as always, gives us a biography on the creators, Bill Mantlo and Sal Buscema, and where we're at with the ROM story. I'm not sure which cover this is, the ROM and Thing cover, and then this was reused, so I don't know why they did that with the actual hardcover, but nevertheless, we're moving forward. Nice cover page, and that's what you get here with ROM. Beautiful artwork, and it's cool storytelling as well. Here goes ROM and Thing again. That's kind of what was the big catch about this toy franchise turned comic book series. It was published by Marvel. It was later found out within the original volume in those early issues that this takes place in the Marvel 616 and that he will be bumping into other Marvel heroes. Here we have a nice forward by Chris Ryall. And then jumping into ROM 30. So I got a chance to read and review Volume 1. If you guys want a spoiler review, thorough deep dive into that omnibus, you can check out that video. Yet to read this stuff yet, but I'm sure it's more of the same. Great artwork. I love the era. It's a little bit wordy. It's a little bit kind of campish in the dialogue, but it's still very fun and intriguing, this world they created where ROM is from, his whole Space Knights thing. Super fun. And then the villains are cool. The kind of similarities to the Deviants and to the Krees and the Skrulls. Nice horror aspect here. And then, of course, like I said, teaming up with other notable Marvel characters. Here we have Submariner. Yeah, panels are awesome. And like with most series, kind of coming into its own, finding its flow. Looks like they continue with the horror aspect for a little while. Some Cleopatra, Doctor Strange, the Living Tribunal. Yeah, the covers look great. I didn't grow up with the material. It's a little bit before my time, but I definitely enjoyed going back and reading that first volume. We'll have to give this one a whirl sometime soon. So besides the issues that are mentioned, let's see what's collected as well in the back. Always fun to get the letters, pages in these Omnis. The Marvel Masterwork pinup. ROM, not Ron. Here we have some Marvel Universe material. The anatomy and biology of ROM the Space Knight. The other Space Knights. Looks like we're meeting a few new ones in this volume. This is a pretty cool recolored version. From sketches to inks. Afterward by editor Ralph Macchio. Original covers and interiors. So cool. You get, oh, my man Joe Jusko did cover 42 for ROM. And like I mentioned, scrolls. And there you have it, ROM Volume 2. All right, everybody, and now on to some DC stuff. The third volume of the Justice League International is here. Let's take a look at it. All right, so here's how Volume 3 looks stacked up with Volumes 1 and 2, kind of giving you a throwback to how Volumes 1 Dust Jacket looked with the current Justice League International. Same kind of trim at the top and everything. So Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, and Kevin Maguire. So you have those matching red spines, Volumes 1, 2, and 3, contrasting with the Detroit era omnibus, which is pretty much the same but blue. And like with Volume 1, that wraparound cover continues on the back. Why is Volume 2 got to stick out like that? So like I said, the end of the run here. What does this collect? So you have the Justice League of America 51 through 60. You get Annual 5. Justice League Europe 26 through 36 with Annual 2. Justice League Quarterly 2 through 5. You get Justice League International Special 2, Green Lantern 18, Secret Origins 33 through 35, formerly known as the Justice League 1 through 6, JLA Classified 4 through 9, and stories from DC Retroactive, JLA the 90s Issue 1, and JLA 80-page Giant Issue Number 1, $150 cover price for this big boy omnibus. Inside of the dust jacket just has the Who Shot Maxwell Lord, along with a biography on the creative team, which we mentioned. And the actual hardcover has the same image as the dust jacket, but you get that nice wrap aesthetic. Opening up to a black cover page. Got Blue Beetle, here we go again for the last time. Love the art style here. Martian Manhunter, Guy Gardner. And then we have some credits and then just jump right into it. So I like how they have the original cover here before we get into it. Nice splash page. So I'm digging this era of comic books, but this is another one that I just never got into. Just picked up the Omnis on a blind buy. And, of course, you got to get Volume 3 to wrap up the series. So now, you know, when I'm ready to jump into JLI, I'll have the whole set and we could just run through it here. So I couldn't tell you anything on the story here, but again, this kind of copper age art style with the flat colors, some of my favorite era of comics. You got Captain Cold here. I forget what the green girl's name is. Now, you guys, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Starro the Conqueror homage for who Justice League first fought in Brave and the Bold. So this is essentially the superhero team who takes on villains that the regular Justice League team is too busy for. It's the second stringers. It's the B Squad. So I'm sure that leads for some funny interactions. I remember the DC trading cards had a lot of these characters and kind of art from the same era. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Guy Gardner, so I would definitely like to jump into this. I was flipping through it when I first got it in to stretch the spine out and everything. And again, this is like what was coming out when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I had limited funds. I would pick up some Spider-Man and some Spawn when I could. I'd love to see Lobo in here. So these were issues that I wasn't able to get a chance to pick up. And again, another reason to love the omnibus format. You could pick up collected editions of story you loved, or you can read stories in their full form in oversized pages for the first time. All right, so that's JLI. Looks like you got Etrick and the Demon here. Let's take a look to see what, if any, bonus material. So you have a nice kind of in memory of for Keith Giffen. Is that him right there? You have all these different creators saying something about him. That's nice. Then we have some original covers. The Justice League source book. Again, the biography on the creative team. All right, and now we're going to be kicking it old school with the Superman Silver Age Omnibus Volume 1. All right, so I picked up Superman because I had the Batman Silver Age Omnibus. I probably will eventually go back and hunt down those Golden Age books, especially with the newer spines here, because, man, I couldn't stand the spines that they had for the first prints of those. So here we go. Volume 1 of Superman matches the Volume 1 of Batman for the Silver Age stuff, and so does the back. But we're not here for Batman. Let's keep on with Superman. So, collecting Action Comics, issues 241 through 265, and then Superman 122 through 137. This has a $100 cover price. You have all of the images of the issues on the back, which I'm a big fan of. Got the Brainiac cover here. Here we have the inside of the dust jacket, just promoting those Golden Age Omnis like I mentioned. And then we have a biography on the creators. You have Jerome Siegel, Otto Oscar Binder, Jerry Coleman, Milton Bill Finger. And the hardcover itself looks just like those Golden Age Omnis. And a lot of DC Omnis have this all black kind of construction paper feel, embossed text on the spine and on the front. Got the black interior page, the cover page here. Here we have the credits and the table of contents. Very well put together book. We have a nice forward here by Carl Kessel, and then jumping into some 10-cent Silver Age books, Superman. So this is obviously way before my time. I've never read Silver Age Superman. I'm just a fan of the Silver Age, really more so with Marvel. So when these books come out, I'm like, man, I got to get the Superman, the DC stuff from the Silver Age. Would love to read and learn more about it. The Silver Age feels a little bit more cheesy with DC Comics than with Marvel. But I'm a huge Superman fan. It's really like the first superhero that I ever got into, man, as a little kid. Was always a big fan of Superman. And I just love the history that's collected in these Omnis. And I know I said that about the Golden Age stuff, and I ended up selling them when I ran out of space. But I think it's important, man. They're preserving this stuff in bright white pages, fresh new coloring. The only thing here I don't like is how small the panels are. They don't take up the full page. And I guess that's because of the width of those original comic books, and they kind of had to shrink it down to fit the width of the Omni. But you have a lot of loss here at the bottom of the page. But you're really reading it more so for the story. The panels are all super small. Back in the Silver Age, they didn't really do big full page or double page spreads. Only really the splash page after the cover, usually you would get something a little bit bigger. So still, in the early days of comics, Superman family, fun stuff. World of Bizarros, Superman on Trial. Let's see, what else do we get with this book? In the back, just another biography page on the creators. And that's Superman's Silver Age Omnibus. All right, guys, I saved the best for last. We have Volume 7 for this Spawn Origin Collections, the hardcover slipcases. When I first met Todd McFarlane, one of the first things I did was thank him for bringing these back. First of all, I want to thank you for bringing back the slipcase deluxe editions into print and continuing with them. All right, guys, let's take a look at Volume 7. This video is brought to you by Bad Music, issue number 1. Following the battle at the Ninja Funk Dojo and the capture of BB, Bad Music retreats to their headquarters at the Nexus. With the love of Laser Wolf's life as irresistible bait, there's no doubt in Queen Bad's mind that her nemesis will come knocking and she's ready for them. Will Laser Wolf, JPG McFly, and Wolfgang see the trap for what it is or run headlong into disaster? Find out in Ninja Funk Bad Music number 1, hitting your LCS this October. All right, so it looks like they went back to green with Volume 7 here. Just like Volume 1, Spawn Origins Collection, Volume 7. I'm so excited and happy that they're continuing with this format. Here's the spine, again, green skull Spawn on the spine and on the front and back. This is one big, thick, heavy hardcover, so actual hardcover itself has the high gloss black skull with the green eyes, the matte black everywhere else. Same on the back. All right, so let's see what this even collects, because I couldn't find anything online as far as like a synopsis of where we're at with this story. Beautiful cover page with the feathers going into the blood. Here we go. So issues 51 through 75. That's right. So they collect 25 issues each. Man, just getting to 300 I think would be enough for me, because that's kind of a nice pivotal point within the Spawn story. But hey, if they want to keep going after that, by all means. So it looks like David Hine is the writer on these issues. You've got the very talented Philip Tan, Radel Nura, Brian Haberlin, Bing Casino, Gerard Van Dyke, Todd McFarlane as the creative director. All right, so here we go. A little kind of table of contents. Page 1 gives us an introduction. The issues start on 13. You get a cover art gallery on 613, and then some interior inks at the end of the book here. So cool, nice little introduction in the form of that skull. Todd McFarlane excerpt from Wired magazine. And then we're jumping into 151. Dang. Philip Tan wrap cover. So Spawn is a series that I grew up with. The story of Gem Mint goes that the 1992 Marvel Masterpiece trading cards got me interested in comics. I went into the comic shop looking for those issues that were at the back of those cards, primarily Spider-Man issues, and those villains are really what did it for me. And when I went into the shop, Spawn are the books that stood out on the stands. I used to have the entire run. I think I had up to like 242 at the time. And I read each one of them front to back. First of all, the first couple of arcs I read many times as a kid, having trade paperbacks and everything. So I've read this material. I just don't remember where we're at with the story here. February 2006. I like how it has the month and year of publication. But as we're flipping through, beautiful artwork. I like the story of Spawn. I like the kind of concepts, especially the first arc, man, with him dying and coming back 5 years later for his wife, Wanda. But there's a catch because the devil is a liar, or Malbolgia, and he's deformed. He's got the hamburger face. And then he learns these powers and this whole world of Spawn that has been around since the beginning of time, that he's just now finding out about it, and we're finding out about it with him. Now, there was a great arc with Wanda's twins that she had with his best friend, Terry Fitzgerald. There's a very sinister arc involving the twins that I really did like. I think that's what happens in here, actually. So here's that page that they use for the cover gallery here. Very berserkish, right? But yeah, the artwork, this is my jam right here, guys. Yeah, so that's definitely where we're at here. I want to say, is it God and the devil that are reincarnated as Wanda's twins? For the Armageddon storyline, if I recall. It's starting to come back to me now. And then 185, so that would be in the next volume, is where we have the Endgame arc, where Spawn is replaced. I can't remember his name. It was so controversial at the time. The Spawn Angel, crazy art. So that means in this book, 150 to 175, yeah, we're getting those hard-to-find issues. I'm pretty sure when I was flipping through this earlier, towards the end, we get the first appearance of Gunslinger Spawn. Check out Capullo covers here. Gotta love Greg Capullo. Yeah, I'm definitely due for a read-through on this. Easy to read and follow. Like, I don't know, I just dig Spawn, man. Kind of a darker era for Spawn, though, when it started getting low print numbers and it was kind of like less artistic and just more dark. That wasn't my favorite era of Spawn, but I still love Spawn nonetheless. Here we go. You gotta love it, man. I always love the big heaven and hell storylines. I remember picking this one up in the stores, too. Oh, look at this artwork changes here, and you get like a painted realism style. Oh, here we go. So I want to say this is the first appearance of Gunslinger. I could be wrong, though, but definitely dope cover, iconic cover of Gunslinger Spawn, who would later be utilized as part of the Spawn universe, and who I really enjoyed reading. Probably my favorite at the time when I was reading the weekly issues. All right, so cover gallery here. 151 cover B. Oh, this is a iconic cover. I want to say this is for like issue 24 or 29, but used for the Spawn Origin collection. Those white hardcover books. Capullo art, incredible. More Philip Tan. Yeah, man. Woo. So the cover gallery is more for other collected edition covers. So here we have some inks for some of these issues. Very cool to see. You got to go overly detailed if you're following Todd's footsteps in Spawn, right? You got to make sure the details are there. Oh, I love it with the whole Violators, the Violator family. Spawn Deluxe Edition 7. Again, thank you so much, Todd, for bringing these back to print and continuing them. Keep them coming, please. Let's get to at least 300. All right, everybody, thanks for checking out the haul. Are you picking any of these up? Any Omnibus out on pre-order that you're interested in? Shoot me a comment down below, and thanks for watching. Stay minty fresh. Peace.